Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to explore another cigar with you. I have got an acid, and this is the Def C. This is a Perfecto shape, a 6x52. It smells ridiculous, just like the other one did. I wanted to explore this cigar for two reasons. One, the other acid I had, it was the cold infusion, shocked me, kind of was the most interesting cigar I probably ever smoked. And also this Perfecto size. I've never lit a Perfecto. I'm curious what it's going to be like to light it. Of course, this is the head. This is where you'll cut. It's like a double torpedo here. I'm getting all kinds of weird stuff on this. It's like it smells like herbs and spices. Maybe some sweetness. Cedar. Pine. Really interesting. All right, so I'm drinking some coffee this morning. Hot coffee, just heavy cream in there. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get this thing lit. I'm gonna cut it. Gonna cut it several times with this Perfecto cutter to get the end just the shape we want. That thing was real sharp, so we got to cut it quite a bit. All right, we're gonna leave it like this. We're not gonna cut it too much. It's a torpedo shape. We want it to stay that way. So there's our cut end. See, still has the shape. All right, let's see what we got. Not getting a great draw. I'm assuming because this end is so small. It's super interesting. It has this I can't describe it. It's fascinating. All right, let's get it lit. I'm just gonna toast it up. All right. What's everybody up to? What are you guys drinking and smoking today? Okay. On light up, it's a lot different than how it smelled. Cedar, tobacco, a little bit of honey. I am getting those herbs and spices as well a little bit. All right. Not exactly my thing. I could deal with just a regular end. I don't need a Perfecto, but draw is getting better. I get a lot of cedar and honey on the retro. Draw is improving as we're getting into the body of the cigar, into the meat of it here. So these, I guess they're labeled strength-wise. This must be one of the stronger ones, being that it has this orangish reddish label. From what I understand, the blue label are the most popular. There's a Blondie that's a blue label and a Cuba Cuba. I'll probably try another one of these at some point just because they are so interesting. It literally isn't drawing now. It's so weird. It just like, it has the strangest ash going on here. It's like it was going out. It has this smoke coming out of the tip. I may be doing something wrong. Like I said, I've never smoked a Perfecto. There might be a certain way to light them that I'm not aware of. Cigar's in nice shape. It's got a nice leaf. The cigar band is kind of plain. It has two of them. This one that says Def C on here is separate from the one that says acid. Nothing real fancy there at all. This is a Nicaraguan stick. It is supposedly about a medium bodied. Seems about that. Seems about right. I paid $10 for this. So far, it's not worth $10. It is it is an acid LTD series Perfecto 6x52 Def C. And so far is not that impressive. All right, we're smoking again now. It's burning. It's like it hit a little spot that was just kind of like dead on the end. It's hard to describe it. All right, the draw is back. We're getting a good draw now. It's cold out here today, but it's not windy, so I like that. That wind makes it a little difficult sometimes. It's burning extremely slow. I mean, not hot, just warm. So it's got good construction. It seems like good quality. It lost a lot of that herby, spicy, flowery kind of strangeness that it had. It's sort of morphed more into just a very strong flavor of tobacco, and I'm still picking up some cedar. It's not even close to as sweet as the other one, as the cold infusion. This one's a more medium to full bodied for sure. Cigar wants your attention. As soon as you stop puffing on it, it like tries to put itself out. And I don't know if that's because of the shape of the ash. It is a very interesting shape, of course, being a Perfecto. Yeah. Now I'm getting back to that botanical herbiness as it sort of goes out. It's very interesting. It would definitely not be one of my first choices, that's for sure. And I wish I wasn't saying that. I wish this thing was killer. I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to smoking it, especially with the experience I had with the cold infusion. This one, I thought, great shape. Never had a Perfecto. Wanted to show it on my channel and explore it. And this thing is pretty disappointing so far. But, I mean, look, we're only an inch in. Let's give it a chance here. Smoke a little bit more of it. See where it takes us. Yeah, it wants you to puff it. As you can see now, things blazing again. I know all cigars want you to puff them, but it just seems as though this one, probably because of the shape, requires you to keep going on it, at least past that front part, at least past that Perfecto end on the foot. I thought it would go good with some coffee. I don't put sugar in my coffee. As I've talked about this before, I'm sweet enough. The coffee, I wouldn't say it's bland, but it doesn't have any sweetness. And I thought, you know, this is a sweeter type cigar, or expected it to be anyway. Expected it to be like the other one. I don't know why. I guess because they're both acid brand, but this one's completely different than the other one, than the cold infusion. If I were to recommend one, I would recommend the cold infusion over this one. I don't have to smoke any more of it to tell you that for sure. That one was really interesting, really sweet in a unique way, where this one is kind of, it's not sweet. I'm not getting much sweetness at all. I'm getting sort of like a flowery, an herb, like you ever walk into a store? Sometimes I have them at malls. I know malls are pretty much non-existent anymore, but like a store with incense and like candles and stuff, sort of like a tie-dye type of store where they have the kind of clothing and stuff. It sort of smells and tastes like that. All right, I'm gonna ash this thing and just see if that helps at all. It's a little tight right in here too, so that could be, we could get past this point another inch or so and this thing could open up, could open wide up, wide open. If these are your go-tos, if you love these, please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these, which ones you've had, which ones are your favorite, least favorite. It's just not a brand that I've had much experience with. This is only the second stick of these I've ever smoked, and it's only the second, type of these I've smoked. I wouldn't reach for this particular one again, but I'm not saying it's a bad cigar. Probably have to go for a blue label next time, just because from what I understand, that's the most popular infused cigar in the world. Could be wrong about that, but I watch people's channels online, and that's what two people said, that the blue is the most popular. Definitely a medium bodied though, medium strength. This is not a mild cigar by any means. Getting a little spice too on the tongue, back of my throat, top of my throat, top of my mouth. Not in a bad way though. It's actually kind of nice. A little bit of stuff coming out of the end. No big deal. Again, I give the torpedoes, the head and this end, benefit of the doubt a lot of times because I'm cutting them several times with that Perfecto cutter. Will eventually get myself a nice cutter. I'm just sort of doing a little research, trying to figure out which one is the best for me. On a regular cigar, I like the Perfecto the best. You know, the Perfecto is the one that can't go through, you know. But obviously on a torpedo, you got to cut it several times, which I don't think is a big deal, but if the end's gets a little busted up, I kind of blame it on me. All right, so I'm talking, I'm getting that flavor on my tongue that I mentioned. It's almost like sort of turned into like a tea bag a little bit, like black tea. Like when you take a sip of black tea, you know, hot tea, and what's left after the sip, it's kind of what's on my tongue right now. I mean, by no means is this a small cigar. You know, 6x52. That's a pretty decent sized stick. I think the other one I smoked was, I think it was still a 6, but it might have been like a 40 something, 44 or 48. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever smoked a cigar that needed my attention as much as this one does. As soon as you stop puffing it, it slows down, which that may be a good thing. Somebody like me who is pounding these things, you know, I notice that right away. But if you want it to last as long as possible, that's a good quality in a cigar. It doesn't go out, it just slows down a lot. Yeah, when I purchased this stick, I got this at Cigars International. Like I said, $10. I think it was $9.50. It I didn't do any research. I just had the other one, grabbed this one because I like the shape, and I wanted to try a different kind, of course. And I just expected sweetness on this thing, and it's just not delivering. It's not getting worse, though. If anything, I'd say we're maybe a third in now, and it's getting better as I go. I forget which video it was. I watched one of my videos recently, and the reason I named this channel Cigar Exploration is because that's what I'm doing. I'm exploring these things. And my opinion of the cigar changed dramatically from the beginning of light up until the nub. I mean, it was cool. Like that's the point of this is that if my opinion never changed halfway or whatever through a video, then that would mean I'm not really exploring it, not really thinking about it as I smoke it. starting to like it more. Spicy retro. It's gotten spicy. I still get that cedar. Kind of like a toasty tobacco. Some pine and some tea, black tea. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. Just doing a little touch up there. Trying to keep it even. There's where I touched it up. Squirrels are having a field day over there. Yeah, it's getting better. Still not a stick I'm going to reach for, very often. Again, it's not one that I would turn down. If I come over to your place and you offer me this, I'm going to say yes. Definitely not a stick I would turn down, but not one I'm going to be purchasing very often. Not going to give up on these. Like I said, I'll try the Blue Label for sure. Hopefully that's the one I'll try next. Oh, okay. Those squirrels climbing up in my neighbor's shed. May have a little nest in there, little home. Let's put him down again. See if he slows down. See if my theory's right about it. Just gonna take this label off while I'm giving this thing a minute to relax. Show you guys the label one last time. Like I said, nothing fancy here. And then it's Drew Estates. I don't think I mentioned that, but that's who manufactures these cigars. It's behaving more like a regular cigar now. There was a part that was pretty stiff, the first third. Probably because of the way they roll it, being that it's a Perfecto like that. When you get to that end, they're probably putting more pressure, making it tighter to form that tip. It's perfect now. About halfway, I'd say, on this. the 25-minute halfway mark on this. So you're looking at about a 45-50-minute cigar if you smoke like me. I am, again, a pretty fast smoker. That's why sometimes you'll hear me say, remember to breathe. Yeah, this is enjoyable. It's just not what I expected. I expected something more along the lines of the other one. But this is a medium strength, good tasting, good flavored tobacco. I shouldn't say flavored tobacco. The tobacco has good flavor, and then you get a little bit of like a herbal sort of cedary pine vibe going on here. Yeah, it's opening up even more as far as the draw. A little spice, a little black tea. It's fine. It's just not my style as much. And I said that about the last one too. The last acid I smoked, these just aren't really my thing. But nothing wrong with them at all. Getting into the last third here a little bit. Yeah, leave me comments. Let me know what you guys know about these. Let me know which ones you've had, your feelings on them. It's your favorite, your least favorite. I'm curious, really curious. Somebody out there has got to be an acid connoisseur. It has to be somebody's favorite. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves and each other. If I find anything in this last third, I'll leave it in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video.